This is the Koenigsegg Agera RS. 277 miles per hour, blistering top speed, the fastest production car ever built. And it wasn't dreamed up in Stuttgart, Maranello, or a Silicon Valley lab. No, this monster was born in a Swedish barn, forged by a 22-year-old with a dream and a vendetta against physics. Strap in because this isn't just a car story. It's a middle finger to the entire auto industry. But before the world saw 277 miles per hour on a speed trap, there was just a kid, a hangar, and a fireproof dream no one believed in. What came next was the rise of a quiet genius who dared to build the impossible. The story of Christian von Koenigsegg is completely different. It begins in a small town in Sweden, far from the glamorous world of Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Tesla. There was no family wealth, no major investors, just a young man fueled by passion and a dream that seemed impossible to everyone else. At just 22 years old, Christian set out to build the fastest and most advanced car in the world. Not join an existing company, not work for someone else. He wanted to start his own. And not just any car company, one that would challenge the titans of the industry. The odds, zero. The resources, none. But the ambition, off the charts. He poured everything he had into that dream. He sold his belongings, maxed out every loan he could find, and set up a workshop in an abandoned airfield in Ängelholm, Sweden. No celebrity endorsements, no Silicon Valley cash injections, just him, a small team, and a garage full of sketches, carbon fiber, and engine parts. What he built over the next 2 decades became something the automotive world had never seen. While companies like Ferrari and Bugatti leaned on their heritage and deep pockets, Koenigsegg quietly started rewriting the rule book. He wasn't interested in tradition. He was interested in physics, speed, and mechanical perfection. His company, Koenigsegg Automotive AB, created cars that seemed impossible on paper. The CC8S, the CCR, the Agera RS. Cars that didn't just compete with the giants but beat them. In 2017, the Agera RS shattered the world's speed record, hitting an average of 277.9 miles per hour, something no one thought a small independent Swedish company could ever pull off. And while all this was happening over in California, another man was rising in the automotive world, Elon Musk. But while Musk had Wall Street investors and media hype, Christian had something else, an obsession with engineering and a refusal to follow the herd. On paper, they couldn't have been more different. Musk was building electric cars for the masses, trying to change the world. Koenigsegg was building hypercars for the few, trying to perfect it. But what nobody realized back then is that these two very different paths were on a quiet collision course. Because while Christian von Koenigsegg rarely made headlines outside the hypercar bubble, behind the scenes he was paying attention. He was watching Tesla's rise, the shift toward electric everything, and how the world started ignoring things like weight balance and real driver connection, the things he spent his life perfecting. And as the years went on, admiration turned to skepticism. The quiet Swedish contender who once admired the electric trailblazer had begun to question the direction things were heading. What no one realized back then was that this silent rivalry was quietly building up to something huge, something that would shock the entire automotive industry and leave one of the world's most outspoken billionaires seething in public. But we're not there yet. First, you need to understand how two completely different visions of the future, one from Sweden, the other from America, gradually and almost silently began to collide. And believe me, it only gets more intense from here. Challenging the rules of the hypercar world. Ask most automakers what makes a hypercar, and they'll list the usual: extreme horsepower, an eye-watering price, and a prestigious badge that looks good on a billionaire's Instagram. But Christian von Koenigsegg wasn't interested in any of that. He wasn't trying to sell a lifestyle. He was trying to bend the laws of physics. From the start, Koenigsegg's approach to building cars was the opposite of what the industry had been doing for decades, where others added luxury features and bloated designs. Christian stripped everything down to one thing: performance. Every inch of a Koenigsegg hypercar exists for one reason: to make it faster, lighter, and more advanced than anything else on the planet. The result: machines like the Agera RS, which didn't just flirt with the speed limit. In 2017, it became the fastest production car in the world, clocking an average speed of 277.9 miles per hour on a public road. No marketing stunt, No excuses, just brutal mechanical proof that a small Swedish company could out-engineer the biggest names in the game. But it wasn't just about speed. Christian's obsession went deeper. He wasn't satisfied with using off-the-shelf technology or copying what other manufacturers were doing. Instead, he built things no one else dared to try. Take the Regera, for example, a hypercar without a traditional gearbox, something that in the world of petrol heads sounded like sacrilege. But Koenigsegg invented an entirely new system called direct drive, blending a twin-turbo V8 with 3 electric motors, giving drivers instant torque without the weight and complexity of a transmission. No one else had done it. No one else even thought to try. Then there was the free valve technology, an internal combustion engine design without camshafts, giving the driver precise control over every valve, every cylinder, at every moment. Again, nobody else was doing it. Why? Because it was too complicated, too risky. But that's exactly what Christian wanted, to build things that were technically impossible, then prove they weren't. While the rest of the automotive world was busy adding cup holders, digital dashboards, and autonomous driving systems, Koenigsegg was in a workshop sweating over airflow dynamics and lightweight materials. He wasn't trying to make cars easier to drive. He wanted them to be thrilling, dangerous, and mechanical at their core. And it worked. Year after year, Koenigsegg's cars didn't just break records. They made the competition look lazy. The Jesko, the Regera, the Gemera, each one a masterpiece of engineering, built in limited numbers and sold to those who wanted something more than just another fast car. They wanted a machine with a soul. But here's the thing. Not everyone agreed with that philosophy. For years, their rivalry had been subtle, just a difference in philosophy, some technical disagreements, and maybe a hint of tension in interviews. But now it had turned personal. The CEO of Koenigsegg, once a self-proclaimed fan, had just completely humiliated Elon Musk in front of the entire industry with 5 simple words, and Musk lost it completely. The best part, Christian never followed up, issued an apology, or offered any clarification. Because at the end of the day, he wasn't trying to grab attention. He was simply stating the truth as he saw it. Elon Musk wasn't used to being called out by the quiet guy from Sweden. So the real question is, was Christian von Koenigsegg defending the essence of driving, or did he just reveal the one thing Musk can't control? What's your take?